It's just perfect. Today, we're making rabbit confit. If you've never had rabbit before, or if you're not a big fan of wild game, I guarantee you're gonna love this recipe. You know, when you're cooking rabbit, it's so lean that it's easy to overcook it. What we're gonna do is cure it for 2 days with some simple spices, which will help give us some good flavor. Then we're gonna cook it slow and low in the oven for about 3 hours in some duck fat, which will give it some more flavor and prevent it from drying out. Come on, ça va, y'all. Welcome back to Bayou to Table Outdoors. My name is Mark St. Romain. So stick around and let's get to cooking. Now we're using a very simple rub. 3 tablespoons of kosher salt, 3 tablespoons of sugar, some crumbled bay leaves, some cracked peppercorn. Now we're just going to evenly coat both sides of our rabbit legs. I went and picked some rosemary and some thyme. This is lemon thyme. I love using fresh herbs out of the garden as opposed to store-bought stuff or stuff in a jar. Very simple to get our cure started. We're gonna stick this in the refrigerator for about 48 hours and I'll see you when we're ready. It's been 48 hours and it's time to take it out of our cure. All right, so next what we're gonna do, we need to rinse all this salt off because if we leave it on, it's going to be too salty. Duck, just like rabbit, is extremely lean, so there's not a lot of fat on them. However, if you can get fat off of a duck to render your own fat, great. If you can't, I recommend corn husker duck fat. This is 1.5 pounds made here in the USA. So we're going to render it down, and that's what we're going to use to cover and cook our rabbit. We have our fire set to low. We don't want to cook this on high heat and burn it. Now we're going to render our duck fat on low heat. This took about 30 minutes to render all the way down. Now we're going to add some herbs and aromatics to our duck fat. Here I'm adding some rosemary and onion, a little bit of sage, and some lemon thyme. And I'm also adding about 15 peppercorns. Now we're going to cook this down for about 15 minutes just to get everything mixed in together. Now we're going to layer in our rabbit legs, making sure that our duck fat's going to cover everything. And then we're going to put a little bit of those herbs and onions right on top. All right, preheat our oven, 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Into the oven we go for about 4 hours. So one of our favorite restaurants here in town, they do a duck confit egg roll. Now, while we're doing rabbits confit style, I am thinking about doing a rabbit confit egg roll. So leave me a comment, let me know if that's something you'd be interested in, and we'll take our other 4 rabbits that we have and do rabbit confit egg rolls. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. Look at that. We got our rabbit confit out of the oven, cooked it for about 4 hours on 250, finished it off at about 275, about the last 30 minutes just to get a nice brown on it. Look how absolutely tender, falling off the bone. Amazing texture that came out of this. Let's try it out, see how it is. It's tender, zero gaminess to it, just wonderful flavor all the way through deep into the meat. It's almost buttery in your mouth from the duck fat that we cooked it in. So now I need to stop eating this so we can pan sear it to finish it off with a nice crust. And what's really great about doing the rabbits confit style is that you can leave them in the duck fat, put them in the refrigerator, and they'll stay for up to a month. So if you don't like eating wild game because of the gaminess, the texture, maybe the taste is just too gamey for you, I highly recommend doing it confit style. Cooking it so low and slow in the duck fat just takes away all that gaminess. It's tender, it's moist, it's not overcooked, it's not tough. By far one of my most favorite ways to cook wild game, such as wild lean game such as rabbit, duck, even squirrel you can do like this. Lots of different small game animals that are very lean. You can do confit style, and I highly recommend it. And look, the rabbit is just falling off the bone here. We made some remoulade sauce that we're gonna pair it with. Check out the video for my remoulade sauce recipe if you want. It's quick and easy, it takes about 10 minutes. We got that savory rabbit cooked in the duck fat mixed with that remoulade mustard sauce. It's just perfect. It's tender, it's not gamey, and we have that mustard sauce that goes with it. Just absolutely wonderful. It just melts in your mouth. Thanks for tuning in to Bayou to Table Outdoors. I'm Mark St. Romain.